Meera Banu. I am studying in second year UC. I am from Hilal Composite PU College, and I am presenting the chapter of business studies, seventh chapter of business studies, that is directing. My topics are Maslow's need hierarchy theory, financial and non-financial incentives, leadership, features of leadership, qualities of a good leader, and the leadership style. So let me start from the first slide. Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Here you can see the picture. Before this, first you need to understand the differences between needs and wants. So, what is the differences between needs and wants? Is anybody? Okay. Needs, in Urdu we will tell our zaruriyat, and in wants our desires. So let's start the topic. Maslow's need hierarchy theory. First, in this basic physiological needs. Basic physiological needs, these needs are most basic in the hierarchy. Like our basic needs. For every human being, they want some basic needs to lead their life. For example, hunger, thirst, shelter, food, and sleep. So these are the examples. So these are the examples of basic needs which helps to satisfy. The next need is safety or security needs. In these needs, safety, it provides security and protection from physical and emotional needs. For example, here you can see the examples: stability of income and the organizational example in pension plans. Next, affiliation or belongingness, social needs. Affiliation, it's nothing but it refers to the affection and sense of belongingness. For example, friendship and also love. Next, esteem needs. Esteem, it means respect. It refers to the need to be create status in the society. Need to be create status in the society. For example, self-respect and recognition and attention, etc. Next, the last need in the hierarchy is self-actualization needs. It is the highest level of need in this hierarchy. From lower level to the upper level of this hierarchy, what they had become actually in the organization. For example, here you can see examples in individual self-fulfillment and in organizational achievement of goals in the organization. So these are the examples of individual and organizational. You can also take the needs and wants also. So this is the Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Maslow is the father of motivation. Next, assumptions. People's behavior is based on their needs. Before this slide, I already said that our basic needs, which are hunger, thirst, etc. the some points of non-financial incentives. Career advancement opportunity. Every individual wants to go to the higher level in the organization. For example, every manager in the organization should provide the opportunities to the employees to improve their skills. They should give more and more opportunities to develop their knowledge and skills in the organization. Next, job security. Employees want their job to secure. They want certain stability about future income and work so that they do not feel worried on these aspects and work with greater team. In job security, the organization should give safety to the employees to work without worrying about their future aspects. Next, leadership. Our next topic is leadership. So let's know about that. Leadership is the process of influencing the behavior of people by making them strive voluntarily towards achievement of organization goals. Leadership, we already know that the meaning of leadership. It is the process of directing and motivating in the employees and maintaining good relation with them for the achievement of goals. Here you can see the picture of leadership. In this they are showing lead change, share vision, empower people and inspire people. Next, we have features of leadership. Let's see. Leadership indicates ability of an individual to influence others. In this point, the feature of leadership is it is the ability to guide the employees. Next, leadership tries to bring change in the behavior of others. In second point, it changes the behavior from one person to the another person. It is depend upon their behaviors in the organization. Next, leadership indicates interpersonal relations between leaders and followers. It maintains the good relation with the followers. It also depends upon their nature and behavior. Next, leadership is exercised to achieve common goals of the organization. It is the common goal of the organization and it maintains good relation to them. Next, leadership is a continuous process. It is a continuous process. In this leadership, it is continuous process and it won't stop. Next, qualities of a good leader. This is the very important and interesting topic of this chapter. Qualities of a good leader. A person should maintain certain qualities to be called as a successful leader, and there are 9 qualities of a good leader. So let's see. First, physical features, knowledge, integrity, initiative, motivation skills, self-confidence, social skills, communication skills, and decisiveness. Next. So the first qualities of a good leader is physical features. Physical features like height, weight, health, appearance determine the physical personality of an individual. In the first qualities of a good leader, physical features indicates the physical personality of an individual. For example, in the form of height, weight, health, etc. Next, knowledge. A good leader should have required knowledge and competence. Only such person can instruct subordinates correctly and influence them. In the second quality of a leader, it indicates that a good leader should have a proper knowledge, good enough knowledge to motivate or guide to the employees. Next, integrity. Integrity, a leader should possess high Self-confidence. A leader should have high level of self-confidence. He should not lose his confidence even in most difficult times. In self-confidence, a leader should have a self-confidence and even in his most difficult times, he should be move on. Next, decisiveness. A leader should be decisive in managing the work. Once he is convinced about a fact, he should be firm and should not change opinions frequently. Yes, in decisiveness, in the quality of decisiveness, it's telling that a leader should be fixed to one plan and he should not change his plans frequently. Social skills. The last quality of a good leader is social skills. A leader should be a sociable and friendly, which is colleagues, followers. He should understand people and maintain human relations with them. In social skills, a leader should be friendly and sociable with others and understand the people and maintain good relations with them. Next. Leadership style. Leadership style refers to a leader's behavioral pattern which the leader reflects his role as a leader is often described as the style of leadership. In this leadership style, there are three styles. Next. There are the basic three styles of leadership. First, autocratic leader, democratic leader, and laissez-faire leader. So let's see what is there in this. Autocratic leader. In autocratic leader, we also called as authoritarian leader. An autocratic leader gives orders and expects his subordinates to obey those orders. If a manager is following this style, then communication is only one way with the subordinate. Only